Welcome once again to another edition of Let's Talk, a presentation of the Shillong Times group. Lately, there has been a great growing concern on the VIP culture in the state that has spread across and has really concerned common citizens, and a lot of condemnation and call of change has come about. On any ordinary day in any part of the city, one thing that comes to the fore, and it is very, very aggressively displayed also, is this culture. Why I say that, the prevalent of red beacon light vehicles and sirens that goes woozing past us, the ordinary citizens, and creates a lot of confusion and makes the ordinary citizen feel little, belittles them, and well, that kind of a stance sometimes has even taken the cost of lives, probably, of the common people, or aam aadmi, as we say in Hindi. And so this is the topic that we have taken up today. Is political masters VIP culture alien to an egalitarian tribal society? Well, the question that we ask today is this, that this kind of culture that has been growing since statehood especially, is it against the ethos of the tribal culture that has always been based on egalitarianism? And is it now time to do away with it? This showing off of being a VIP, a very important person in the roads, in the streets, wherever you go? Because I guess in a democratic setup, everybody should have the same rights and equal and should be valued equally. And that is why this topic has been taken up today in this program. And we have a very esteemed panel with us. We are being joined from my extreme left by Dr. Londoner Sohtun. He is the assistant professor and member of the State Executive Committee of the VPP. We are also being joined by Kupar Synrem. He is the president of the Himalaya Youth Council. And we have Himalaya Muktan Shangpliang. He is the spokesperson of the NPP. And next to me is Rudy Wallang, one of the foremost singer of the state. And today he is here as a concerned citizen. So this is our panel. Stay back with us and, well, enjoy this. Give us your feedbacks as to what you think on the question and the topic that we have taken up, and be engaged in this discussion. So very, very hearty welcome to each one of you. Thank you so much for taking your time out and for being in the studio today. Well, I would like to start with Rudy Wallang. You know, the common sights that we often see in the streets, police escort has become a way of life, whether you require it, whether there is a need or not, especially with the VIPs and the political representatives. Rampant use of the red beacon, sirens for VIPs to get past everybody to go ahead. You know, whether, again, whether they are in official duty or not. VIP quota, even in school administration, accessibility to best healthcare facilities. I mean, this is a culture that has literally become so deep-rooted that it has almost become a way of life. Incidentally, we are just not talking about the siren. We are just talking about the general VIP culture that is so pervasive all around us. So do you think, you know, because lately an incident that has happened in the just concluded Cherry Blossom Festival, where a youth's life was snuffed out literally because of certain aggressive behavior shown. It is, of course, still under investigation. But there is a concern, a growing concern, where we see sirens and beacon lights being flashed all around. And you have taken it up, in fact, and you said no to VIP culture. Tell us about it.
Well, me as a layperson, excuse me, you know, I just feel that I've been going through this. I mean, that was just, I think,
one of the incident. Yeah.
Not one. I mean, for me, it was the head.
Okay.
You know, it kind of like exploded for me because I was there. We were heading to the festival.
Right.
And we were staying in a guest house, just about 2 minutes. Normally, it would have taken 2 minutes by car. We took 1.5 hours, you know, and we were really boiling. I was sitting with Balu Mujao, and we were heading to the festival because we had a performance. And we thought we might not make it in time because we kept on getting calls saying, this is not happening, so you better get here on this time. So we were really hassled, you know. And then there, suddenly we're standing in line and we're driving in line. And then people overtaking from the left. And then I see a couple of government vehicles, red light sirens going past, and then suddenly behind them, all the rest, the general public, and then suddenly this whole road was like a 4-lane road, one way. So there was no traffic coming, and then the traffic police were lost. They couldn't do anything. And then an army escort with an army VIP inside this family, and they were trying, these guys got out with their guns, and they were trying to clear the. So I don't see, if just before that, let me just move back a little bit. So just before that, as we left the guest house near the Dwarkasoi Bridge, everything was fine. We were all in line. So we're driving, and then you get the VIP road that comes down from
the intersection.
Yeah, the intersection. Yeah. There were traffic police there, and I think there was maybe a deputy SP ranked in person. So they were standing there. Everything was fine, and we were moving in line. There were a few cops in the middle of the road, this side, pushing people who were trying to overtake, making them get in line. So it was working fine. We were moving slowly but surely. Then suddenly, a couple of vehicles come in with the sirens blazing, and then that's when everything happened. So I feel that, generally this happens to us even on the roads in Lankra or wherever, like
it's an everyday situation.
It's an everyday situation, like you were saying earlier. So I don't see the need for this. I don't know what the reasons are. Some people may be busy, maybe they're late for something or the other. But then at the same time, when I see, okay, if it's a red light with an escort, I understand. But if you see other government vehicles, ML01 vehicles, using their hazard lights and beep, 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 or they've got a siren and there's no, because as far as I know, the Supreme Court has laid down certain rules and regulations where the use of these sirens are concerned. So when you see these people taking advantage of maybe the actual VIPs, and these people pretending that they're in a hurry or just to get through, and it makes me mad, and I think it's made a lot of people mad. So when I put this post up on Facebook that day, I didn't intend for it to be like, something that I was starting out. It was just my anger and my emotions that, the way I felt. So I put it out there, and a lot of people were saying, there's no point putting it there, nobody's going to listen to you, So I said, but I have to. Yeah. I have to put it out, and if people want to listen to me, they will listen to me, because it's affecting everyone. And it's not been just this one time. It's been for the last 5, 6, 7, 10 years, 11 years, 12 years. As far as I can remember. So, and nobody's been really taking this up as an issue. Right. I think it is an issue that has to be addressed.
Yes, absolutely. So, absolutely. And the way the people have been reacting to it and has reacted to it shows that a lot of people are concerned about it.
I was surprised.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Are concerned. Because even during massive, roadblocks, we always see somebody is going past ahead, with the siren, and it can create a lot, and it can unnerve the general public and unnerve the drivers.
The worst
also.
part is that, people, maybe relatives of maybe VIPs, using VIP vehicles. Right. And using that as an excuse to get past us, which is totally wrong. It's not right at all. And I don't feel that they should be using. Okay.
Okay. We just go to the another with another of our panel, and I bring in Roy Kupar Synrem. You also as the HYC have strongly come out against it, and not just the siren bit, but you have just spoken about the generalness about this whole VIP culture. What is your stance on this?
As soon as this has been we have always made this point very clear. Again, we have always spoken against the VIP culture in the state of Meghalaya. If you remember, I think the Supreme Court way back in 2013 in the Abhay Singh case versus Uttar Pradesh, the Supreme Court has laid down certain conditions. Who can use red lights? On what conditions can a person, those important persons can use a red light? And then even the Union Cabinet in 2013, has done away with the red lights put in all those important persons. And the Prime Minister of India also, in his tweet, when he has brought that, when he informed that the Union Cabinet will bring an amendment to the Central Motor Vehicles Rule, he stated that every Indian is special and every Indian is a VIP. So I think that thought process should also follow in the state of Meghalaya also. But then at the end of the day, I agree with what Rudy is saying. It's not only the person who are in position, even their family members are taking advantage of such a position. And for us as a general public, at the end of the day, we are traveling on the same public road. I am a taxpayer, including the relatives of the minister or the bureaucrats or the police. I'm the same taxpayer and I have every right to travel on the same road. So why should that benefits be given to a certain class of person that they'll have the right to overtake us, to zoom past the road, when we have, even I'm in a hurry to go to work or to go to school. They have the same, everyone is hurried. Of course, we understand there may be some instances like the chief minister or the chief justice. They may have to rush for duty, but not everyone can enjoy the facility. So we are very concerned regarding this VIP culture. That's why we have spoken out about it, and we are calling the state government, to implement the regulations in law. Of course, today we have seen something has changed, but at the end of the day, if this does not stop, then we have also made a statement that if this does not stop, then a point will come that the public will get so much frustration on the road that something may happen. And if at that time, if the public do something to a certain person while traveling the road, then there will be chaos in the state as well. So we as a concerned citizen, as an organization, we call upon the people who are in power to kindly follow the regulations. There are rules, there are certain rules, there are the motor vehicles rules, there are the direction of the Supreme Court. So kindly follow those so that, there will be a thing in the state as well.
Right. And bringing in, Dr. Londoner Sohtun also, the VPP also has taken a stance against it. I'm going with the against, and then of course I will come to Bahima very soon. But then, does this culture, this usage comes as a package, as soon as somebody is elected as a representative, he or she gets these additional benefits. It soon becomes a culture habit. It is a niche. It is like the elitist. I'm an elite. I'm above. I can do whatever. You common people. Like as Synrem also said, that everybody has to go in a certain place. Everybody. So if we can come out on time, 1 hour ahead, 2 hours ahead of our time, why can't the VIPs also?
Exactly. Thank you so much, Dr. Moshumi, for giving the opportunity for the VPP to share their thoughts, their opinions on this so-called VIP culture. As far as the party is concerned, we have strongly opposed this culture right from the beginning. Since the time we floated the party, we have talked about many things, and this VIP culture is something that we have discussed deeply in the party. And for that reason, you will see in our party manifesto, we have clearly spelled it out, that the party, if voted to power, if the citizens of the state voted the VPP to power, we will try to the best of our capacity to do away with VIP culture. That's the first and foremost step, because we understand that every citizen of the state is equal. Every citizen of the state is equal. So for that reason, we believe that this VIP culture should be done away at the best of the capacity that the government, who is in power. So you will see that the Voice of the People Party, even though we are not being given the opportunity to run the government, however, we still keep on raising this issue. We still keep on raising this issue. Recently, you will see the president of the party is also the MLA. He has raised this issue to the assembly, where he was asking from the Honorable Chief Minister to spell out who are those VIPs who are entitled to these rights. In which the Honorable Chief Minister said that as per the Yellow Book of the Ministry of Home Affairs, 103 individuals are entitled for VIP status. But sad to say, whatever we are seeing, whatever we are observing, it's not only 103. That is what I think the citizens of the state will agree with me. Not only 103 citizens, 103 individuals are enjoying this status. Much more individuals, including the relatives, including the friends, who are closely affiliated to the ruling party. Recently, if I am not mistaken, that rash driving that happened besides Jayao, on the way to Jayao, that's also part of VIP culture, where that person who was part of that accident, blazing against that rider, he happened to use a vehicle which the number plate doesn't belong to him. So that is something which is very, very alarming, which is very disturbing for the citizen of the state. So from the Voice of the People Party, we are determined. We are I can say we are determined that we will try to our best to keep on raising this issue. And if the people of the state have confidence in us, and if we are given the opportunity to run the government, to the best of capacity, we will eradicate this VIP culture.
All right. Thank you so much. Now let's come to Bahima. Bahima, just today only, the Chief Minister of the state has issued a statement saying that an SOP will be out soon, probably by next week. And he's equally concerned, he said, that, but he's also said that, there are certain categories like, say, Z plus or Y categories that who are entitled, and for their safety and security reasons, such, but then he also said there should be a balance, and everybody's this shouldn't be compromised. What is your because you have come here as a spokesperson of the NPP? What is your stance on it, and vis-a-vis what the Chief Minister has just made a statement?
Thank you, Moshumi. My greetings to my panelists here, and I've heard from all the three of them. I share the concerns of the general citizens of the state about the VIP culture, particularly from Rudy, because I saw his emotion that he let it out in the media, in the post media, and that instant it really touched me because a life has been lost. Be it because of the VIP culture, or be it because of whatever reasons, investigation is going on. So maybe we will be knowing the real truth in the days to come. Having said that, I would like to say only one thing, that yes, the VIPs that we have in the state have been categorized accordingly by the rules set out by the state government. The Meghalaya government has categorized certain politicians and certain VIPs on the reports received from the intelligence bureau. Now there is a procedure. There is a procedure of declaring a personality as a VIP. I would like to spell out these certain things, basic things first, before we really go into the bigger discussions. So, who is a VIP? Now, the VIP is determined by certain criteria which has been laid down in the rules of the government. Now, through the assessment made by the intelligence agencies and the police department, certain people or personalities are categorized as per their threat perceptions. So there is a threat perception assessment. Now, once the threat perception assessment is done, and this is done by the intelligence agencies and the police, a report is submitted to the authorities. And that report again is verified by the security committee. There is a state security committee which is headed by the Chief Secretary and the DGP and many other officers there. Once that State Security Committee verifies the threat perception of that particular politicians or VIPs, then that report is submitted to the Chief Minister. Chief Minister reviews all that. Then it is declared that they fall under various categories as per the threat. Okay. There would be people who would be categorized as Z+. So Z+ categories are normally chief ministers and certain cabinet ministers because of certain bold decisions or some statements or some actions that they have taken in the interest of the state. So then the next category comes the Z category. Then comes the Y+, then comes the Y, then comes the X. So therefore, all these VIPs are categorized accordingly as per their threat perception. Having said that, now, I would like to say only one thing, that the VIPs who have been categorized, now it could be because that there is a decision taken because of the change of the policies. You could see that there is just not the MLAs or the ministers who are under this threat perception. It could be any individual who speaks. It could be who spoke against illegal mining, who could speak against the drug menace.
Okay.
So these kind of categories have been done.
Yeah.
Now, the concern that comes here is we need to bifurcate from these dedicated, categorized individuals and from the rest, as I have heard from the panelists, who follows the caravan.
But what has been raised now, even family members are
Exactly.
misusing this.
When I mean caravan, means I mean all that.
Yeah. So, but
Now, therefore,
yeah.
let me just finish.
Okay.
Therefore, when I say that, this has been discussed by the Honorable Chief Minister in the last few days. And because this VIP culture thing has been hitting the headlines on a daily basis, so we thought the government should come out with certain decisions.
Guidelines, yeah.
So Chief Minister has directed the Chief Secretary, and now some kind of SOPs are being prepared. Now these SOPs will be presented in the cabinet in the next meeting, that is next week. And then we will know who are the real VIPs and who are not. Because those VIPs would be allowed to use siren. Those VIPs who would be allowed to flickering lights, and who are the VIPs who would be allowed to use tinted glasses. And the rest who are not falling into that category cannot anymore, because the enforcement agency is going to come heavily on that.
All right. Okay. Thank you for But then, why does it need for losses of lives really, or for a loss of life for the government to come to this?
You
to
see,
take this stance
no,
today?
madam, it's like this.
Yeah.
See, let us not link.
Yeah.
Let us not link the accident. I really share my sincere condolences to the family of the bereaved family. But I would like to say only one thing. Let us not link that to this VIP culture or whatever until we get a report. Okay, let us get a report. Whether it was deliberate or was it an accident. So we do not have eyewitnesses here to all that. So therefore, this has been a concern. Like Rudy said, Rudy has been following this anguish for the last how many months and years. It's just not yesterday. Bar Roy has been doing that. My colleague Bar London has been doing that. All of us are facing that same. So when we are stuck in the jam, somebody passes with all kinds of,
the entourage.
So it definitely creates a lot of,
it is very hassling actually. It's a
See,
big
I would like to clarify one thing. After the Supreme Court order has come out, I can tell you for sure that there has been no beacon lights. Okay. No VIP, no red lights. Red lights are not there in any official vehicles. The only lights, flickering lights that are permitted are on the pilots and the escorts. So which they escort the VIPs. But yes, sirens are there, tinted glasses are there,
Of course.
which I feel with this new SOP, the Transport Department and the Police Department has to come heavily to implement to clear out all this. That is what the Honorable Chief Minister has assured.
Yeah. So let's come to another aspect of it, which we have. That's why we are talking about, going against the tribal ethos also. Synrem, if I can bring you in, because the tribals. What I have been born and brought up, you have always seen community feast in funerals. Everybody partakes. Community cleaning drive. So that community element is always there, which means nobody is really a VIP. Everybody is equal. So doesn't this culture somehow just seeped in so much that even our local MLAs who belong from the tribal, from that milieu or from that, also is actually forgotten?
Yes, that is true actually. If you look at our society as a tribal community, we have always been made to understand that we are all equal. No one is above us.
Right.
But then the problem in the present, the people who have been elected is that once they are elected, they act like, they are very important. They are those important person. And that, I think this is because of that. I don't know whether we are still stuck in that colonial mindset, the pre-British era that, the British has always been thinking that they are the master and we are the slaves.
Slaves.
And these person, once they are elected, they think that they are the boss and we are always under them. So maybe that mindset has crept in,
Still
still
remained.
there, still
Yeah.
remain once they are elected.
Mhm.
And what concerns us is that, and of course I agree with Shangpliang, is that there are certain people whose threat perception is high. Okay, for them, you can always have those Y plus, Z plus and all that. But the problem in Shillong is that everyone is acting like,
They have a threat.
everyone is threatening them.
Yeah.
Even an MDC going from his house to the KHDC, the use siren, what threat does he have?
Mhm.
Not just that, the chairman of the councils, of committees, of Shangpliang is an advisor to the government. I don't know, I have not seen Shangpliang use siren, but I think people like him, the political appointees, even them also. The Supreme Court has said that you cannot use red light, you cannot put insignia on your car, but you can see on the road of Shillong that everyone, a co-chairman, a deputy chairman, putting insignia, showing that, I am the co-chairman of some council, of some committee, so I am important. And they put a siren, they even have some police personnel with them. So that is not done. I think in our society, that is not acceptable. And I think, as you have rightly stated, the government is waking up to this issue because somebody has lost his right. Otherwise, had Rudy not put up that post, I don't think the Chief Minister would have reacted yesterday. But then, why do we have to, we have to wait? The Supreme Court has already passed a judgment in 2013. The Union Cabinet has already made an announcement in 2017. Why does the state government of Meghalaya wake up in 2024? Why did it take them so much time?
See, it's like
So that is something that we have to take the
I'll just
responsibility.
Even the tinted glasses, the use of those films or tinted
See, I'll
glasses.
just rebut
Yeah.
what Barboy said. So I agree. Partially, I agree to what he says about the other segments of the, hierarchies where they use or misuse their. But see, eventually, what happens is, as you say, if you look at the egalitarian system that we have, everybody is equal. If an MLA goes to his constituency, he sits, he eats, he talks like any normal person along with them.
Yeah.
Now, the moment he gets into a position, the moment he gets into position, if he is in the ruling government, then he has an entitlement. Okay. Now, suppose he holds a position of chairman in the corporation or something by virtue of his party lineage or by whatever. So that is his entitlement. Now, if he is entitled in the category A, that means if you are declared category A, he is entitled to a vehicle, he is entitled to peons, this, that, and to a PSO. Okay. Every MLA is entitled to have a PSO. Now, that comes as an entitlement for him. Now, it all depends on the personality, how he behaves there. True. See, the government provides you all the facilities. Now, it is on the attitude of the personality, how he behaves. Now, if he behaves with humility, nobody has a problem. What do you say, sir? Now,
I agree with you. Yeah. I agree with you on that. So, because I just feel it's about the attitude. It's about the person.
We are talking about attitude here.
Yeah. So,
But yes, I agree that it is the attitude. But at the end of the day, there is a law of the land.
So why
Who
is
will
that
implement
law?
that
Yeah,
law?
why is
It
the
should
law
be the
not
government.
being- anyway,
Shangpliang, the NPP has been there, the last 5 years now, 6 years, running 7 years. Why didn't they do that when they came to power? That is the
Why
question
does
that
it
we have
need for
to
the
ask.
public to
Yes.
really wake
To
up
wake-
and then
Yes.
the government also wakes up?
No.
Because this is
What I was trying to reply to Roy was about the egalitarian attitude of the people. So,
Right,
I mean,
right.
we again, crisscrossing
we
our discussion.
We understood.
So, I was talking about the being humble.
Right.
Okay, the humility of a person will
Depends on the individual. Yeah.
because he has everything on the table. Now, it all depends on how he behaves with you.
Right.
Now, if I am given that kind of perks and facilities, and if I behave like a king, then it's a different issue. But if I behave like a humble person like a pauper, then that's a different story. No?
No.
So
No,
therefore,
but-
I think
But this culture
the
of VIP, yeah.
mindset is more
Mm,
important.
okay,
here.
fine.
The mindset.
But this culture of VIP that we are talking about, the culture part of it, actually has seeped much deeper than just, using of sirens and tinted glasses. Let's take the other aspects of it. VIP quota in school admission, accessibility to the best healthcare facilities. A common man, how much of it is being, able to get all of that?
Moshumi, I
Then,
have not heard about
you know,
such quotas.
when-
I have not heard about such quotas.
There
There's no VIP quotas in
Yeah.
any school
No,
admission.
but once somebody belongs, a minister's daughter or a son or something will be eligible. Somebody will be pushed behind.
See, now again,
for
that is
it
a
to be-
perception.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a perception. See, I'll tell you what. You can go to any school in the city. Please ask them whether there is any VIP quota. I'll tell you there's no VIP quota. Not even in Pine Mount, not even in the public school of Shillong, because they are our own government schools. So therefore, I think I will totally refute about
Okay,
this.
fine.
So there is
So,
no
but
VIP
the
quota.
sense of privileged entitlement immediately comes as soon as one is elected as a public rep. You said that there are threat perceptions,
Yes.
but what about the common people? Kupar Synrem said that it is a feudal legacy or a colonial mindset that we still are forging ahead of it. Now that you have taken a stance, what more do you think should be done by Rudy? For this, because you have gone for a petition signing. Also, I think people are
No, not really.
Not
I
really.
haven't
Okay.
done that. But
Okay.
then it's just been that post was shared
Widely,
Wide, yeah,
widely.
very
It almost
widely.
became viral.
and I didn't really expect that to
Mhm.
happen. But I'm
Mhm.
happy. I'm glad it happened because I guess things need to be shaken up a little bit as
Mhm.
well.
Mhm.
And I feel that our government or the people governing us should take this into control and see that people don't misuse their rights,
Mhm.
even as a public representative.
Right.
I feel that's very, very important. And Shangpliang was talking about humility and attitude. So I feel that the government also should make sure that, like from the CMs, make sure that the people that have been given these posts or whatever that have been elected with
Yes, yes.
and responsibilities, they should be given a certain code with which to work, directions that
Mm.
you cannot do this. This is the way you should behave.
The do's and don'ts.
Simple.
Mm.
Yes,
Mm.
I think that's important. Then only they'll and they should be taken to task if they
Yes,
don't.
if they ban.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
It
saying.
should be
There
like
is
that.
there
It
is
should
a
be.
rule.
Some
There is a rule of
enforcement has
law.
to be there. Yeah.
Yes, there is a rule of law. So there should be some
Absolutely.
body, some organs to enforce the rule
That
of
is
law.
what I was
I
coming
agree.
to. Yeah, the
That I
enforcement part of it.
Yes.
Bahima, because even for the use of tinted glasses, there has been. Often we see
Yeah.
time to time the police goes after it, but then it again becomes very slack. And then again we see, and lot of things are
I
going on.
agree, Moshmi.
Yeah.
See, the enforcement is weak.
Yeah, very.
I can very well say here in front of all of you that the enforcement has gone slack. Enforcement of the rule of the law. So therefore, the Chief Minister has taken a review with the DGP and the Chief Secretary that we need to review all this and necessary action has to be taken on the ground. When the rule is there very clearly that so and so cannot use tinted glasses. Now that's why the SOP is coming. Now once the SOP comes, now everybody will have to follow that SOP.
Okay.
Now whoever deviates out of that, then the law will take its own course. That is for sure. Now see, just to add on, our Chief Minister is Jet Plus category. Okay. Now if he is Jet category, you compare the Chief Minister of Meghalaya and you compare the Chief Minister of Assam. They are under the same category. When the Chief Minister of Assam travels, all roads are blocked. All roads, all feeder roads are blocked, only the main road is open. Now, till the Chief Minister leaves from his residence and reaches the airport, nobody is allowed. I mean, that is also VIP culture.
Correct.
Now, we don't see that in Meghalaya. We don't see that in Shillong. See, to that level, our Chief Minister has humbled himself. Okay, fine. Let me also travel along with the crowd. But wherever possible, I have to catch up with my time. So then the police takes over here and there. Like the other day also, I think the same thing happened. The Chief Minister was ahead while going to Cherry Blossom. Then Mr. Paulindo was behind. Then the rest. Then Barudi said, while they moved out, the whole public vehicle then joined the follow. So, Madam, I would like to say only one thing, that the enforcement, traffic enforcement has to be more stringent so that they can differentiate who is a VIP vehicle, who is entitled to take the lane, and who is not. And who is not, they have to be deviated out from the lane.
No, but most of the time, our rules only for the common person, is in the roads and everywhere else, is our rules only for the common people who are harassed time and time again. Please come in now. Now, how important therefore is to really do away with it and the people take, because who have given these entitlements? I think we the people, right? I mean, when we hear a siren, leaving aside ambulances or any other, these other kind of, say, a fire brigade or something, that leaving aside, we also actually are moving aside. We have created that culture. So are the people also not to be blamed for this, for allowing this culture to grow?
Let me have a say on this, Mr. Moshumi. Yes, I understand that there are certain VIP protocols which is being followed everywhere in the country. But sad to say, in Meghalaya, this VIP protocols is being extended even to those who are not entitled. So when these people are moving on the roads, okay, they are moving on the roads, you will find public who are very nervy. There are public who are confident.
There are senior citizens also.
There are senior citizens. So you can totally blame on the public, because each public, they have a different mindset, different psychological strength. So you cannot blame on the public. Actually, they are those people who are entitled. They know their rights. They know what they are entitled. If they are the ones who are running the government, who are governing the state, they are the ones who should know what they should do, not the public. Because the public, let me tell you, some come from a family who are not so well acquainted with all these things. Suddenly, when they hear silence, they just move out of the road. I've seen through my personal experience, when suddenly a car with convoys, or any car for that matter, just a single car with a siren, the moment they hear the siren, people, despite having no space to park their vehicle, they will just try to silence it in such a way that they may even fall off to the drain of the road. That is very, very disturbing to see.
So is it therefore now time for the people to take up this movement that has just begun, to do away a no to the VIP culture? Is it now a people's call, therefore?
See, I should tell you very clearly, the voice of the people is the strongest voice. If people come forward, they stand united and voice their concern to do away with this elite culture, which is being practiced by these people who are in power. And if they advocate for a just and equal society, definitely the government will have to hear the people, because they are the ones who voted for them, and they are the ones who can take away the power that is being bestowed on them once in every 5 years.
To add on to answer to your question, we have already made our mind. We have already made a statement very clear. Just like what I said when the time will come when the people will not move anymore. And HYC will also say on that during that time. Let's see when the SOP comes. Maybe that time something will be clear who are eligible for these.
For how long it is implemented.
But then yes, we'll see for that. But then at the end of the day, it is rightly said by you that the people should stand up. It should not be that just what Londoner said, that we can just behave by hearing a siren and move away. No, the time has come that we have to stop this culture. And we have to stand. If you see someone who is, not entitled to that, to the siren, why should I move my car? I'll stop in the middle of the road and even tell those, the day will come. I have already made the statement that the day will come. I'll stop on the road and I'll take that person who is driving the car also on the road with me. Because it cannot go on like this. This is really creating a lot of
I'll tell you,
problems to the people.
I'll supplement to what Barwai and Babalu said. I agree fully. We are all here for the people. The government is here for the people. Every political party here is a concerned citizen. We are all voicing here for the sake of the people. Now, when I say that we voice for the people, I would like to give you only one example. Now, when there was an appeal in Mizoram that there should be no honking of any cars, it is strictly followed by every citizen of Aizawl, for that matter. Am I right, Rudy? True. You've been there?
Yeah.
See, now the discipline has to be there, just not from one side. It has to be from all sides. Like Barroy said, the time comes when the people will be, taking up, short of saying taking up arms or taking up the law in their hands.
Taking up
Sorry,
arms, yes.
taking up the law in their hands.
Standing for themselves.
Taking up the
Standing
law
for-
in their hands.
Yeah.
Sorry to correct that. Then you see, we need to educate our old people. See, our people are very docile. Our people are very, very understanding. In spite of that incident that has happened in Cherry Blossom, they still voice in a manner of civility. Therefore, I respect my people. I know my people will really adhere, because if the government listens to the people, definitely there will be discipline. And we are here to listen to the people.
Right.
What are we here for? This government is for the people.
Right.
We will do for the people. Therefore, it has to come both ways.
Okay.
That the people also will cooperate with the government and the government will cooperate with the people.
It is also said that leaders create more leaders. Leaders don't create just mere followers. They will create more leaders. So similarly, I think it is the leaders, the public representatives whom the people have chosen also to show the way.
Yes.
You said
Exactly.
to
That's why I
make
said
it,
set the example.
Yeah,
We
set the
need to
example.
set the
Exactly.
example.
Yeah.
Because if our leaders set the example, then
Mm.
people will automatically
Mm.
the respect will happen.
Correct.
Yes.
But if
Yes.
there's no self-respect,
Mm.
Yes.
how can you respect other people?
The example that Rudy said when that incident that happened in Cherry Blossom, while you were moving, the cars were moving on the lane. But then when the VIP came, everybody started to follow.
Join to
So
join.
that is what,
Exactly.
if the leaders, follow the rules, follow it, then
And
of course the
everybody
people,
follows.
everyone also will follow that.
And all we can sit and do is fume.
Yes.
Can't do anything.
Yes.
Let me have a say on this.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, leaders should lead from the front.
Right.
There are many cases which are MLAs. They have received calls from the general public whenever they were being apprehended by the police
Mhm.
for various reasons. Us, as the MLAs of the party, we don't just side with the public straight away, because we need to listen the cause of why they were apprehended. So cases were there that when we asked why were you apprehended or why were you fined, we asked them, did you park in your vehicle in the no parking zone?
Mhm.
They said yes.
Mhm.
So from us, we cannot help you. We have to follow the law.
Okay.
So on top of that, if we are talking about leaders leading by example,
Mhm.
I have sat with various MLAs of the party going for various functions. Barren never put a siren in his car, neither the MP or other MLAs. Actually, we try to commute in vehicles which will ease the traffic. That is how we are leading by example, rather than having that VIP culture tagged to our
Alright,
representatives.
I think Shillong is a very small, in and around Shillong, it is a very small congested road in any case. And I see very less probability of the roads also being widened. And with the massive urbanization that is going on, the pressure on the road is heavy, too heavy to tackle, in fact, even for a law enforcement that is a police person. He is trying to do his best. So therefore, if suddenly these VIPs swoop down and things then just gets messy. As we say, whenever there is a school rush in the morning or the office rush, I think everybody is being disciplined. Everybody is
I
disciplined.
agree.
Yeah. It is only when we hear a siren suddenly from nowhere and then we have to make way. Why are people, and sometimes they are not even in official duty, right? It is
Absolutely.
not, it is just maybe there, but they misuse that, they misuse that siren just to go ahead of others. So I think it is time for the change. Quick concluding comments from each one of you as we are wrapping up. Yeah.
Even government drivers, sometimes
Right.
the vehicle
Yes,
is empty, it's just the
empty,
drivers.
yes.
They use their,
Yes.
or they use their
That's what-
hazard lights.
That's why we need more enforcement of the
Yeah.
law.
Yes, yes. Stringent
Strict action
enforcement,
has to be
strict
taken
action.
against
Yeah,
them as
yeah.
well.
Quickly, as we are wrapping up, as your concluding comments, as we are there and this program is going to the public out there, what is the kind of message that each one of you would like to say, especially you, this no to the VIP culture? How important it is to come now or never?
I feel that me as a citizen, I have my own responsibility towards the general, our society.
Right.
So I feel that I speak on behalf of myself, but if others who are listening to me, like you also take responsibility when you're driving on the road and try, because we know there's a lot of traffic, especially that we're talking about traffic and, cars moving in and out. Take it upon yourself to be humble and be responsible. That's the most important thing. Because, I can overtake if I want to. But I don't, because I know that it's going to cause chaos for everybody else. So I just, I think we all need to be in line. We all need to be in line if we want our world to go around smooth, to work smoother.
And, Dr. Londoner, your concluding comments?
Okay, from my end, I would like to say that yes, it is right time for each and every citizen of the state to call spade a spade. It is high time we end this culture, and it's a high time that every citizen of the state to be treated equally, because no one is above the law. And even from the Voice of the People Party, we will continue to advocate for equality, and we will continue to advocate for transparency, and we will try to work for the welfare of the people. And pertaining to this VIP culture, I want to send a strong message to the people of the state that the Voice of the People Party will always be against a VIP culture, even in the future. Even if the citizens of the state voted for us, we will do away with this culture and bring the public closer to the government.
Okay,
that is
Synrem, you've been very vocal, I know, and you will keep your eyes open, won't you?
Yes, we are always open, because we are always there to, of course, to serve and to be the voice of the people. But my advice to our people, to our elected representative, to the chief minister, the minister, of course, we know that you're busy. We know that you have short period of time to do a lot of things. But if you have to rush somewhere, please leave on time. Leave on time.
Yeah.
That is my only advice to them, so that you don't have to come to the road and then make us move aside of the road. So that is my only advice.
That's what, Bahima, if all of us, when I go for my classes, also I go way ahead of my time. Why can't everybody else? Your quickly comment as, build that confidence once again that the government is going to bring about a change very soon.
I have to say only one thing in conclusion, that the government is committed to do away with the VIP culture. I have met the Chief Minister. Chief Minister has given his statement in the press today. All of you have seen it. That very soon we are going to have the SOP, the standing operating procedures, wherein the VIPs are going to be categorized. Such VIPs who are entitled will be given that kind of entitlement. And the VIPs, so-called VIPs, if they are not entitled anymore, they cannot misuse the VIP status. That much commitment which the Chief Minister has given, I think all of us would cooperate with the government. I appeal to all the citizens of the state to cooperate with the government. We are going to take strict action against those who defy the law, and definitely the police and the transport officials are going to come heavily on those who defy the law, and the law will be enforced.
Absolutely. Okay. Thank you so much. Of course, it is heartening to hear all this, but I really hope it is really, really practiced in the long, not just in the short run, but also in the long run, for everything to be in place for a small place like Shillong, where we all want to live and coexist, happily. On that note, I would like to thank each one of you for giving us your, statements and your comments. Of course, the festival season has already begun. We have seen so many, and it is good that, Shillong is becoming a hub of so many activities, and from far and wide, people are coming to be a part of these. And during such time, especially, things should be put in place more, as well as on those everyday days when there is a school rush, when there's an office rush. We will only time will say what are the SOPs and how stringently they are being followed. But the word from the panel is that, yes, an attitude change needs to come about from the public also. Yes, there are watchdogs who will be watching. And yes, we've got the assurance from the government and from the government representative that things are going to get better and improve in the near future. So on that note, Thank you once again, gentlemen, for coming to the
Thank you.
studios
Thank
and
you.
enlightening us on this issue that we have taken up today.
Thank
Well
you.
then, my friends and my viewers out there, hope you have been a part of this discussion. Do leave your comments and your feedbacks. And until next time, when we come back with another such a crucial issue that concerns the state and each one of you, you and me, and all of us out here, it's goodbye.